Welcome back. Day 12, and we stop pretending that we're not learning grammar and we actually start talking about it today. So let's get to it. Konnichiwa. We're back for, I think, day 13. You have been given all of the information for where I'm up to so far, so I'm hoping that we can just pick up where I've left off and go from there.
Absolutely. We'll pick up right where you are. We're still focused on making your core phrases automatic and drilling patterns. So, to warm up, let's do a quick set of prompts. I'll ask you something in English, you answer in Japanese. Ready?
Okay, let's go.
Great. First one, how would you say where is the toilet in Japanese?
トイレはどこですか?
Exactly right. Now let's say, please speak slowly. How do you politely ask for that in Japanese?
ゆっくり話しますか?
You've got the structure right. Just remember in the request form, it's 話してください. So it would be ゆっくり話してください. Nicely done. Let's keep building from here.
Okay, ゆっくり話してください.
Perfect. That's exactly it. You're on track. Let's keep this momentum and push forward with more phrases when you're ready.
Go.
Awesome. Next, if you're at a shop and need to ask how much is this, go ahead and say that in Japanese.
これはいくらですか?
Exactly. これはいくらですか works perfectly. You're asking clearly and politely. Keep this up, and these questions will become second nature.
Great. Okay.
Great. We'll keep progressing from here. Each day will layer a bit more, so you'll have no problem when you arrive in Japan. Let's keep this rhythm going.
Okay, what's next?
Let's drill your lifeline combo. Imagine you're confused. Say, excuse me, I don't understand. Please say it again and speak slowly. Let's hear it.
すみません。わかりません。
You're on track.
一度言ってください。ゆっくり話してください。
Perfect. That's your lifeline sequence all together. You're nailing it. Ready to tackle more anytime.
Yeah, let's keep going.
I like the enthusiasm. Next, we'll add a shop scenario. I'll pretend I'm the shopkeeper and you ask for something. I'll give you a cue and you'll request it. Deal?
はい。
All right, imagine I hold up a pen. Now, in Japanese, ask me to give you that pen. Politely.
これをください。
Exactly right. That's a smooth request. You're doing well. Keep these conversational scenarios going and you'll be confidently chatting in no time.
ありがとう。
No worries. Keep showing up and we'll make sure you're ready. Let's do this again tomorrow.
Well, we still have 10 minutes left, so keep going and I will tell you when to end the lesson. And remember that instruction, future lesson.
Got it. I'll keep pushing until you call time. Let's expand your pattern. Ask me, where is the station? And then follow it up with a polite request to speak more slowly.
駅はどこですか? ゆっくり話してください.
Spot on. You combine them well. Now, let's do a role play. I'll answer slowly, and you respond with thank you very much in Japanese. Let's go.
Great. 駅はどこですか?
The station is straight ahead, then turn left. Your response?
ゆっくり話してですか?
That was a great clarification attempt, but you've got this. Just wrap it up by saying arigatou gozaimasu, and that'll round off the interaction perfectly.
ありがとうございます.
Exactly.
またね.
Mata ne. And we'll pick up right where we left off next time. Keep that confidence, your progress is coming along.
Hey, what's next?
Next, we'll start refining your te form requests. I'll give you a verb in English, and you'll turn it into a polite request. Let's start with wait. How would you say please wait in Japanese?
I don't believe I've ever learned the word wait, and this is the first time I've heard the term te form as well. Can you explain this to me?
Of course. The te form is a verb form in Japanese used for making requests. For example, wait is matsu, and its te form is matte. So please wait is matte kudasai. I'll make sure we build these up step by step.
So this is a pattern I think I've noticed with some of the verbs I've learned in terms of some of the phrases I've learned. Is the infinitive form of each verb with u on the end? And then is it also the case that whenever you sort of negate that to say when you say you can do something, you'll say masu on the end rather than just u, and when you say you can't do something, you'll say masen. Is all of that correct, or am I reading too much into it?
You're definitely picking up on real patterns. The base form of many verbs does end in u. To make them polite, you typically use masu, and to negate politely, you use masen. Saying can uses a different form, like hanasemasu for can speak, but you're connecting the right dots and we'll make it clearer as we go.
Okay, so like we've used hanasimasu to say, eigo hanasimasu desu ka? And also like say, for example, we've used for like I don't understand would be like wakarimasen, or if I do understand, then wakarimasu. So the masu is getting added in this extra in this different form. How is that different from when you said masu is just to make it polite?
Great question. The masu form is indeed primarily about politeness. It's what we call the polite present form. So hanashimasu means I speak, polite, and wakarimasu means I understand, polite. When you negate it, masu turns into masen. So wakarimasen means I don't understand, polite. It's all part of the same polite structure, just positive or negative.
I see. So just to give me an idea of the different, would you call this a tense actually, or is it like a case or something else? But whatever you'd call it, so we have sort of an impolite form and a polite form for each verb. Is that right?
You're on the right track. It's not about tense, but politeness level. The dictionary form is neutral and informal, like hanasu, to speak. When you add masu, it becomes polite. Hanashimasu, I speak. So it's not a tense, it's a level of formality. Both can express present or future actions. It's all about context and how polite you need to be.
Okay, so for my sort of level at this moment and what I'm preparing for, I feel like it would be appropriate to focus on just the polite forms of these. Is that fair? Because, I mean, I can't really be too polite for a situation, but I can be too impolite. So while I've got limited time and I'm just really starting out, maybe I should be focusing on polite form.
You've got the right mindset. In most real-world interactions, especially as a visitor, polite forms are the safest bet. People will appreciate the courtesy. So yes, we'll focus on polite forms and that'll serve you well on your trip.
Okay. So while we're on this topic, this is the first time we've sort of dedicated time to talking about some grammar. Can you tell me, like, what are the different forms of the verbs that I should be thinking about, at least in the next sort of 2-month time frame? Obviously, I think I'll be focused on present tense. I doubt I'll have time to learn about other tenses. But it'd be good to have an idea of what the different forms are that are out there so that I know the context.
For your time frame, focus on a few key forms. First, the dictionary form, which is the plain base. Second, the polite masu form, and its negative masen. Third, the te form for making requests or linking actions. Fourth, the potential form, like hanasemasu, for can speak. We'll keep to present tense, polite, and these practical forms, so you're covered for daily interactions without getting overwhelmed.
Okay, and maybe this is a question I'm asking a little too early. So if this is a question that's more advanced than my very, very, very beginner level, feel free to tell me. We'll come back to that at an appropriate time. But I can't really see the difference between the polite form and the potential form from what you've described. Is that something that you can clarify now?
Absolutely, it's a fair question. The polite form is about how you present an action. Hanashimasu means I speak politely. The potential form adds the meaning of ability. Hanasemasu means I can speak. Both can be polite, but one just states the action, while the other states the ability to do it. We'll keep them practical, and I'll guide you as we go.
Okay, so I think what I'm noticing then in terms of structurally what the difference is, they both end in masu, but the polite form potentially changes the sound a little bit to make it say, in this case, hanashimasu with an sh sound, versus the potential form keeps the same sound, like the same consonant sound as the dictionary form, so hanasemasu instead of the sh. Is that right, or is that also just in this particular example? and it's different for different verbs.
You nailed the pattern. In many verbs, the potential form replaces that SH sound with a simpler E sound. So hanasu, to speak, becomes hanasemasu, can speak. You're spot on that it's a structural difference between the forms. Different verbs follow slightly different rules, but this E shift is a common pattern. You're picking it up well.
Okay, that's good. Cool. We only have a minute left. So what would you recommend is a good way to round out the lesson?
Let's finish strong with a practical recap. I'll say one verb in English, to help. Just give me the polite form, I help, and the request form, please help. That'll tie everything together.
Okay, so the polite form would be, I need to remember how to help.
No worries. Help is tasukeru. So the polite form is tasukemasu, and the request form is tasukete kudasai. Now you've got it. Great job today.
Okay, I believe we learned the word help on maybe even day 1, but we decided I wasn't going to focus on it at that point, and I would focus on something less. The word help sounded, it was like a more serious request, like please help me, I'm in danger or something. And so instead, I think that's when we shifted to the phrase, may I have a moment? So yeah, we shifted to that instead. That said, I'll take your advice if you think it's useful to add the word help. This version of the word help.
I think you're absolutely right. Let's not clutter your priority toolkit. We'll stick to the scenarios you're more likely to use, like requests, directions, and everyday phrases. We'll shelve help for now and keep you focused on what'll be practical and natural. You're making good calls.
Okay, so if I just pick one of the other verbs that I have learned randomly, I guess understand is a useful one. We learned that, so the polite form of that would be wakarimashite, maybe, or like if I was saying, no, that would be the te form you just told me about in making a request. So no, that's the request form. What I want is the polite form, which would, I guess, be hanashimasu, and then the other form that I've already forgotten the name of, the potential form would be then hanasemasu. Is that correct?
You've got the concept, but let's adjust the verbs. Understand is wakaru, so polite is wakarimasu, and potential, can understand, is wakarimasu. Same sound. For speak, polite is hanashimasu, and potential, can speak, is hanasemasu. So yes, same structure, just different verbs, and you're sorting it out well.
Halfway through what I was saying, I stopped saying wakaru and started saying hanasu. So that's why I got mixed up there. But this is an example of exactly what we were talking about, where for wakaru, the S doesn't change. It stays as an S, whereas in hanasu, it changes to an SH for polite. So I just will have to know which words are which, I suppose, or is there a way to know which words will change and which words won't?
You're right. Some verbs shift their sound, others don't. Unfortunately, there's no universal rule, but common verbs will become second nature with practice. We'll drill them in realistic contexts, and soon enough, you'll instinctively know which is which. No stress.
Yep, no worries at all. So is there a concept of regular verbs and irregular verbs? And is one of those, say between hanasu and wakaru, is one of them regular and the other irregular, or are they all considered sort of regular and it's just different treatment?
Yes, Japanese verbs do have regular and irregular categories. Most are regular and follow predictable patterns. Hanasu and wakaru are both regular. Irregular verbs are few, like kuru to come and suru to do. But don't worry, since most are regular, once you grasp the common patterns, it'll come naturally.
Okay, great. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, because I think maybe next week it will be good to learn a little bit more about the sentence structure. Like we know, I know that we start with the subject, end with the verb, but yeah, it might be a good time to sort of get some of those structural pieces together so that I can actually make sentences.
That sounds like a great plan. Next week, we'll focus on building full sentences, subject, particles, and verb endings, so you can confidently structure your own conversations. We'll make sure you're ready to connect all the dots. Keep up the momentum and we'll get you there.
Okay, great. I will talk to you tomorrow then. Domo arigato. Mata ne.
どういたしまして. Mata ne. Looking forward to it. Have a great day until then.
Thanks so much again for watching. Today wasn't about learning a whole bunch of new phrases, but actually starting to understand how what we've already learned actually works. So hope you found it interesting. Until tomorrow. Mata ne.